Something that isn't anywhere in the instructions is that you can press a small button on the front, just here, above the buffer beam, and if you press that button, the yellow part of the loco body will lift up. That would provide you with instant ready access to the batteries. Would it? Oh no, maybe the screwed in bit wouldn't come off, but if you had the green part still attached to there, you'd probably still be able to put the batteries in. So the instructions suggest that for battery change you unscrew the green part. In fact, I'll try this. For battery change you just press that button at the front, lift the whole loco body off, and you don't have to bother about any screws. Right, then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more screws to undo, and then you get to find out what you're getting for your money, because all of that is just the plastic top. I'm not particularly interested in that. We want to know what there is. Well, there we are. The very simplest of bearings, just running in the plastic. They are greased on there. Quite a good looking worm and pinion there, if that's focused on it. But this is a Chinese motor. They're low cost motors. Whether they're anywhere near Bueller motor quality, no idea, but Bueller have got a good reputation. But with a nicely made brass worm on there and a composite material pinion underneath onto the driving wheels. But a very simple arrangement there. So that comes off, those wheels will come out, this lot will come off out of there. I don't want to take it off. So it isn't as if there's a motor block, which is standard practice on LGB. I have seen one of these repainted on eBay, being sold for quite a bit of money. Why? Well, people will do that. They'll pay the money because it has an LGB tag. There it is, written on the remote control. But in terms of value for money, whatever LGB charge for this in their list catalogue price or their suppliers, or you can go to someone else for £99 is a standard Hatton's price for this. They've got some in, but you can get this for the same price. That's the Playmobil. My advice is get the Playmobil. I've taken that apart, and the engineering inside that, the motors, twin motors, etc., are far more, you're getting far more for your money. I think even the thickness of the plastic, the weight of the plastic without anything else is greater. So no comparison for two things which are about the same price for a cheap train set. The technology in the Playmobil far outstrips the technology in this LGB. That is my opinion. It does mean I don't have to have any qualms about what I do with this in terms of hacking it about. But then when you look at that chassis, two-wheel drive only, you have to consider that you can get a chassis to drive locos. You can get a card chassis, you can get a laser kit MDF chassis, various different chassis with motor and worm, and with a pulley driven four-wheel drive on them to power any models that you want. And it would not be worth getting one of these in the hope that what you end up with is a better chassis. And for the other thing I was thinking about with it was if the remote control was effective, then I wonder if it's still turned on. Oh, there's no batteries in it, it will be turned off. Then it might be that I'm getting a chassis and remote control, and possibly even sound, but I wasn't impressed with the sound particularly either. Okay, that's it. There we go. I've bought one and I've taken it apart so that you don't have to. Well, I've cut the bottom out of my part-built card loco chassis. That's just enough to allow me to place it over the Harlequin LGB toy train loco chassis, and I just want to, well, it's not going to be a particularly challenging test. If I press the button, again, annoying not knowing whether it's actually on or not, and I'm pointing at the remote control. You see, can't tell whether the thing is on or not. Okay, is that on? Okay, it's not going anywhere. That might be because I've not got some wires connected. Let me check. So what we can see there is the toy train loco chassis, a hole cut into the bottom of the kit, the Railroad Models kit loco, and I can see how that would go together. I don't know what to do about the fact that the timber strengtheners along the side of that actually lift the card off the base. I think we might be able to do away with that timber if it's going onto this chassis, because of course the plastic of the chassis is going to provide plenty of rigidity for the running plate of the loco. So that's it so far. I can now consider moving to completing the build of the upper body of this loco, and certainly know that what I will have is something that will run because that chassis fits within it.